Hey, what's up, YouTube? Russell and Russell. Subscribe to the show at the top. Thumbs up the video, comment at the bottom. Watch previews and stay tuned what we have for you guys in the future. So Pink released her latest video for her latest single rather for Loan Me One Last Kiss, and I gotta say it's a really well done video. It's in black and white and it's basically like a relationship. Every single time something goes bad and she feel like she's being betrayed, like there's a guy that she was with and he just continued talking on the phone. So she threw magenta color type thing at him. And whenever she feels like something's going wrong, she keeps, betraying them. When she feels like she's betrayed, she's like, "Here's my revenge," and it's like always a color pink. And it's black and white. And it's very simple. It's like a silent film type feel, and she's really acting really well because she's very overactive and stuff like that. And she's just a very comedic type of person. And so it just gives it's a very quirky type of video when she is doing the revenge side of things, and when she wants to try to make them feel as bad as she did. And so she is it's all black and white. But then she betrays, when she feels like she's betrayed, and she is in the need to take back revenge. The magenta is the only thing that's in color. It takes all, everyone else is wearing white usually, and she's just having a little fun in the video. Whenever she is at the end of the video, you can tell she's having a lot of fun in that paint, that magenta paint, whatever. And so make sure you guys check it out. It's a really fun video. It's a nice sound film type of feel to it, and it just really goes well with the song, and it's what I like about music videos that actually go along with the song instead of something that's flashy or something that's over the top or something that's eye-catching. This is eye-catching as well as, still going on along with the song. I gotta say something about the people in that movie theater, the Dark Knight. Very tragic. It's sad to see something like that happen to people. They just went out to try to enjoy a movie, and to see that happen is like really tragic. And, it's really sad too that they had their lives taken by someone, and we still really don't know why. At least with like something like the Virginia Tech, we can understand why it was there and why he did the shooting. I mean, you can't say that's the defense for the guy, but it's more logical to his reasoning to doing that versus this guy who wants to be the Joker. And one really bad part about this whole tragedy is the fact that this guy was able to walk into this theater, throw a bomb, and go shoot about 3 or 4 times before people realized that it was something real, and now it's a spectacle to go a part of the film. And that's what's wrong with people nowadays. They are too desensitized to certain things, and something like that is like, oh, whatever, this guy's a part of the movie. But it's like, back in the day, you would see people would go crazy about that, and make things even worse. Someone else tried to do it again in Maryland the other day, and copycat, they found a bunch of arsenals and a bunch of bombs and whatever on him, and luckily they were able to stop it. But it's going to change the way how people feel like they go to the movie theaters, like how what happened at the airports. People are going to change the way how they enjoy film right now. People might not go to the movies as much. It's also like colleges now, they're going to have a new way. That's why they have a new way of contacting students versus emails or anything like that. They're going to start texting students whenever there's something that's going on. And it's a really good thing that, it's sad that it has to be something like that. It's a tragedy to make us change. It's good to see people making a change and evolving the way how they had to communicate or protect ourselves, because that's what we need. We need a new way to protect each other. And moving forward, hopefully everyone that's injured, they are able to recover fully 100%. I'm sorry for the people who end up losing someone in that senseless tragedy. I can't even talk right now. Also, I don't understand how that lady said yes to that guy who jumped over the balcony, dropped her child on the ground. Their child, I believe it was, jumped over the balcony, ran out the theater, didn't wait for them, looked back, had someone else rescue her, take her, bring her outside, run into his car. I believe he drove off, and had a nerve to propose to her later on that night, and not even call her at least to make sure she was right. She had to call him, and then she had ended up going to the hospital because she got shot, and he proposed to her. She's a fucking dumbass because how he acted that night is how he's going to continue to act on in life. And then he couldn't even cry on camera when he was on the news. Anyways, moving forward, the Jackson families, you guys all need to get slapped in the motherfucking face if Latoya Jackson is the most sane person that's coming out the bunch. Um, Not telling the kids where their grandmother is, shame on you. Exposing, telling what's going on behind business and closed doors, shame on you kids. It seems like maybe they're doing it for the money because what's going on is they want to get saying that the way the money split up from Michael's estate is going wrong because the way the thing was signed was in the same location as it's supposed to be. My thing is maybe Janet doesn't want to be the breadwinner for the family. These kids are Jacksons. They shouldn't be doing the job that they're doing. They should have been able to save up money, though they weren't writing their own songs. They should have been saving their money. Point blank, period. Back in the day, they still are probably getting revenues regardless. They should have ventured off and branded themselves a little bit better and did something else with their lives. Maybe they should have been the ones who came up with a product or something. Jackson's headphones or, you know, Jackson 5 jackets or come out with clothes or something that's about the Jackson. Maybe they should have did that back in the 80s and brand themselves continually throughout the decades versus, milking Michael and living off of him. Now, Parrish needs to stay on Twitter, so you Prince Michael the First, because you know what? Not everyone needs to know what's going on behind closed doors. Janet, you need to let those kids see their grandmother, though I think they've probably seen her now, obviously. Um, they should tell little kids where their grandmother was. Those kids didn't have no right to put out all their business on the internet, and they just need to talk it out, and just let everything go right how it's supposed to be. And but at the end of the day, Janet trying to take away the phone is right because there's no need for Paris to be on Twitter. We all know Michael wouldn't want her on Twitter. We don't even need to be in the family to know that. He was a very private person. He didn't want them to be actors or anything like that until they were 18 years old or older. And and for them to see that, they probably are upset about that because they know that's not what Michael wanted his kids to do at a young age. And it's that, and Chris Brown had the nerve to say something, and he's the last person to talk anyways. And Janet slapping Paris, that didn't happen. She was trying to snatch the phone. Paris pulled the phone back, and there was quite some language being exchanged. And they just need to get themselves together and not put their business out there like that. And finally, there was a YouTuber there's these pranker guys who they were the ones who were on pranking people in the hood, acting like they were zombies, and they're videotaping and the guy almost got shot. And that goes to show you can't just prank anybody. So that the guy walks up to this black guy who just happens to be a military veteran, and he puts his suitcase down and says, "This is not mine, this is yours." And the guy's like, "Nuh-uh." He's like, "You have 60 seconds." And the guy runs off. The pranker runs off. Him being a veteran, he's gonna have that instinct of saying this is a bomb, because that's how he probably was out trained to think. Anyways, and so he gets upset. Of course, he's gonna call the cops. He still doesn't know if this is a prank or not, because they're maybe laughing, saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." You just don't do that to everybody, especially in his building that he lives in. People have problems. They are people who have health problems like heart conditions. They have seizures. There's old people, and that at the end of the day, also, not everyone wants to be on YouTube. You have this guy's whole face where he lives, and your videos have been thinking this is a joke. It's not a joke to everyone, and it's just sad to see people are trying to get famous off of other people's expenses. And of course, this guy's gonna call the cops because at the end of the day, he doesn't know if this was still a joke or if it's not. And this is Russell and the guys obviously are out of jail. These guys are pranksters who are kind of